Okay, guys, so we are live and we are streaming right uh, to Techkriti page and YouTube. Hello and welcome. This is IDRL Season 5, Episode 2 at the big Techkriti 2021. And we are absolutely delighted to bring you a pro race night tonight. And it's going to be a big action coming all your way. We are starting with the B main rounds. Yesterday was all about the qualifying, and we are going to start with the people who qualified into the pro race uh, at about 10 p.m. But before that, we'll be giving a chance to the 6 pilots who did not make it. And that is what the B main round is today about. These 6 pilots, 8 pilots have already qualified for the semis, and only one pilot from these 6 pilots who are competing today right now will join these 8 pilots into the semifinals. So let's go ahead and take a look at the racetrack, and also let's show you around the track and um, unlock the server here so that we can make sure that all the folks are joining us. This is the main screen. We are in a virtual reality environment right here. And we have opened up the server to the pilots. Please rejoin if you have been disconnected. Till that time, we will be showing you around the track. These pilots are already practicing. Let's see, we have different camera angles out here, and they will be even more clear to you as we rotate around the track with that dialog box gone. So We have opened up the server. I think it's Kushang that we are waiting for right now to rejoin. And Kushang, you'll be given 2 minutes to join the server. We have an absolute 2 minute timer that we're going to set. Looks like Kushang is back, and we're going to set all the pilots in the flying mode. So we are absolutely thrilled to be here, locking the server. Let's first of all go ahead and thank all our sponsors out here. And Last and Two Bro presents Techkriti. Thank you so much for the big event that we're going to present today, and co-powered by JK Cement and co-presented by Mahindra Rise. And we are also very, very thankful to some of the other associate sponsors and the radio partners out there. So the big one coming tonight, starting with the beam-in rounds right here, right now. Folks who have joined into YouTube, we are also streaming on IDRL YouTube and across the Techkriti Facebook page. So if you have any difficulty listening to the audio or video, please drop in a message. Your message will be immediately streamed to the live chat out here. Okay, so let's get going. I think the pilots are ready out here. The logic is going to be that we're going to have 5 rounds for the pilots, and they'll be given 5 chances. Each round is composed of 3 laps. There is a start gate, and that is also the finish gate. They have to go around the track. They have to run through all the gates. And once they are completed with the 3 laps, that is 1 round over. Like this, they have to do 5 rounds. And within those 5 rounds, they have to set their best possible timing. And the best timing, only 1 pilot is going to qualify from these 4 pilots. Mind you, there were actually 6 who were going to compete, but 2 of them haven't attended before a deadline of 8 p.m. So only 4 pilots. So one of the pilots from these 4 is going to get lucky and join the 8 semi-finalists from yesterday into the semi-finals. So pilots, without any further ado, please be ready on the podium out here, because we are going to start the race anytime soon now, and be ready to watch for that countdown out here. This is the FPV view that we are going to tune into for each of these pilots. And let's go, pilots, at the count of less than 5. The first round coming up. We are tuned into one of the top pilots out here, and that is a Hornet FPV for you. Right in front of him is a Napster FPV. Look at that, beautiful views coming in. This is what is called as the first person view of the drone. This is exactly how pilots race in the real world, and this is the virtual reality counterpart of that. And sitting at home, anybody can compete that way at the IDRL races. And this time we are doing it at Techkriti 21, and we are absolutely thrilled to bring such a wonderful track and a great set of pilots competing tonight. So let's move around the track and into the further set of pilots. Let's see where the pilots are with respect to each other. Napster right now is following Hornet FPV right there. And Hornet FPV is sliding himself into the lead. Also, we can zoom into some of these pilots just to show around how sophisticated this whole mechanism can be. And we can also rotate the various camera angles. Napster FPV having a little bit of a difficulty out there, but he seems to have been recovered. Look at that. There is a dive gate. This is what we call as a snakes and ladders. Pilots have to go up and then come down that traversing lane out there. So let's take another view. This is also another view for the racetrack, and this is a beautiful track. Again, there is LED gates right over, and there are also dynamic skies, so the weather actually changes. Now I will show you one more thing. There is a recharge gate that the pilots have to go through, but we'll only come to know once Hornet takes us through that. So lap number 3 with Hornet, we will run a full lap with him so that the spectators can really know how the racetrack is supposed to be done, how the gates are supposed to be done one after the other. Look at that. They have to go through that hexagon gate out there, then jump into these other gates, then into the dive gate, another circular gate through the bushes and the cacti out there, and then over the stony pillars and all those things, and then you have to come again into that recharge gate if you feel that that is the recharge gate. So that was what I was talking about. Hornet FPV has completed his part of the track. We will go through the same procedure with Napster right now. Napster also in the last part of his lap number 3. And Kushang is one of the pilots who qualified from the beginner race yesterday, and he is already looking in very fine taste out here. He has practiced, and he is looking absolutely in good form. He has to just accelerate now so that he can improve his timing. And keep in mind, pilots have to set their best possible timing in the 5 rounds that they have given. So Pegasus, let's take a look at Pegasus, where Pegasus is. He seems to be struggling a little bit around the track. And let's see if we can catch him from another angle out here. Pegasus, extremely intelligent pilot also. He was quick to qualify as well, along with Kushang. From the beginners into the pros. You can see also that we are showing where exactly the pilots are. So Kushang is at lap number 3, gate number 37 right now, and Pegasus is at lap number 3, gate number 24. So all this action is going to get heated up when we are going to rise into the semifinals with the 9 semifinalists that we're going to start later tonight. So this B mains is going to warm up some of the other pilots out here. And Kushang is out there. We'll have to wait for Pegasus to complete his timing, because this is based on timing. And once he completes his part of the track as well, we will be good to go with recording of the timing. Also, please keep in mind that we are showing you in a live time the score chart out there. You can see at the bottom left, all the pilots are listed. We are also streaming this in 1080p. So you can watch this in full HD resolution. You can see the various pilots who are listed. So let's take the timing and record it on the live scoreboard for you. Coming in the order that we have listed them on the leaderboard is 3 minutes, and Kushang is 3 minutes and 46 seconds. And then we have 316 milliseconds for Kushang. Then we have Napster coming in at 245 and 435. That is a very good timing, and he'll be looking to improve upon the same. And then we have 218 and 859 coming in for, sorry, that was not Pegasus. So let's correct that one and put that timing for Hornet instead. So Hornet is at 218, 859, and then Pegasus lands up at 413 and 453. So that is the timing. 4 more rounds to go for this B mains. So without further ado, let's get going with round number 2 pilots on your podium at the count of less than 5. A slightly different angle out here. Let's zoom out and see how the pilots are going. And the pilots, look at that. We are also telling you which of these pilots are flying. We have a small, you can see the square mark out there, which is following these pilots. So Pegasus FPV in our viewpoint in the magenta. Then we have Kushang in green. Each of these pilots have been given different colors. But let's take the enjoyment of the FPV flying of Hornet. This is again an actual remote control that these pilots are using from the comfort of their home, and they are connected live over the internet to the IDRL Velocidrone server out here in the Asia region for Techkriti. And let's go through one more time with Hornet and Napster right now. Let's see where he is. He would like to now punch in a little bit. He seems to be a little bit better on this lap when compared to his last round. So this is a quicker round for Napster already, looks like. Pegasus FPV in the meantime is at lap number 146, and also Kushang is at lap number 144. Both of these pilots now are trying to enter lap number 2. So all these pilots in lap number 2, that's already a good sign. And Hornet, let's check out Hornet. Hornet is on the other end of this track. So that's the pilot in form. He's probably the one that Napster is going to challenge for the top spot. And only, again, reminder to the pilots, only one pilot is going to qualify for the semifinals. But anyway, we have 3 more rounds remaining after this, so anything can happen. Let's stay tuned for the pilots to come in with their timings. So let's watch again through the eyes of Napster. You can see how the racetrack is. It's a futuristic racetrack. We call it the future hangar. This is the basement that the Napster FPV IDRL is going through. And he's doing that dive gate out there. You can see the moons, the big moon out there. There are actually 2 moons in the sky out there. So it's actually an extraterrestrial planet, which is kind of very resembling the Earth out here. And you can also see the drone. You can see Pegasus in front of Napster out there. And let's once again see where Kushang is, just for the checking purposes. Kushang and Pegasus seem to be very, very close. All these 2 pilots, they'll be competing at the lower bottom for the third and the fourth spot out there. But Hornet seems to be in very fine lead. So let's go ahead and take the timings right away and put them on the score chart. Hornet is 2 minutes and 15 seconds and 913 milliseconds. Wonderful timing for Hornet. Napster FPV is 2 minutes and 33 seconds. Both these pilots have improved from the last round. That's a very encouraging sign. And we are only waiting for Kushang and Pegasus to join in. Bullseye hasn't joined in. He was on the charts, so that's a DNC, did not compete, as well as Berserker. We did not get a chance to see Berserker in action. So that's what the story is right now. So far, Hornet and Napster have completed. We are waiting for the lines of Kushang and Pegasus for these 2 pilots to reach back to their finishing start gates out here. So again, that start gate is also the finish gate. You can see that green shadow, that is also the finish gate. That's where the pilots start. That's also where they end. And let's take a look one more time. The last lap, last part of the track for Pegasus in the 4th space. You can see with relative respect to the track, if we can rotate around and zoom in a little bit for Pegasus out here, and good view of Pegasus. He has also completed the track. So in quicker times, this round definitely was 4:07 recorded for Pegasus out here, and Kushang also 3:46. So he has actually done just a little bit better by a few milliseconds. Seems to be very, very consistent to holding out on that 3:46. And then, all right, pilots, so 3 more rounds coming in. In the meanwhile, let's check on our streams out here, how they are coming in. Looks like the pilots are doing well, and it's being well received on the Facebook channel of Techkriti in live time. So do report to us. Also, check out our YouTube. It's also being streamed simultaneously on IDRL YouTube channel. Okay, so pilots, let's get going for 3 more rounds remaining for you guys. And then let's get going at the count of less than 5. I think we should go with the top pilot out here right away. Right off the charts, off the podium is Napster FPV. A beautiful takeoff that Napster has performed out here, but he's quickly overtaken by Hornet. So Hornet and Napster, as usual, are competing for that #1 spot. And it's going to be very, very close to see who eventually beats the other person, because looks like Hornet is quite a few seconds away from Napster. So he seems to be setting a better timing right now. But if Napster gets 2 more chances after this and he's able to really accelerate, because Hornet is, again, he's making some mistakes right now, as I see, but Napster seems to be a little bit smoother on the track, and he's gaining a lot more confidence than I would say Hornet. But Hornet, again, he's coming back. He's not leaving the side of Napster out here. He's hot on his tail and trying to put him under as much pressure as possible. We can take a better look at where Napster is relative to the track, going through those hexagon gates, coming into the sliding gates as well on the pink LEDs and the pink line in the bushes. We will see a Napster followed by Hornet. Hornet also doing the same lines right now that Napster performed a little bit before. So between them, it's about 4 gates of difference. And Kushang is also chasing Hornet from behind. It's not bad for a pilot of Kushang's. Really, he's new to the game, but he has really performed well, over exceeded everybody's expectations out here, and so has Pegasus. Meanwhile, it's Napster and Hornet. It's a really close competition between these two pilots. So it's Napster and Hornet. Let's see how far Napster can really stretch himself on the last lap, unless he can give away that extra room to Hornet and give away some of the timing that he has so worked so hard to gain over the course of this particular round. So Napster FPV and Hornet. So Napster FPV is still completing in the first space. He is going to be very happy with his timing. Look at that. He has really made a significant difference to his own performance. He's now at 224,583. So all he needs to do is come down by about 9 more seconds, and he can get in touch with Hornet and overtake the best timing that has been set on the leaderboard so far. We are, in the meantime, getting set with the timings that are being recorded. We have taken Napster and Hornet's timings. Kushang and Pegasus, we have to wait for them. And round number 4 and 5 is what Napster and Hornet will be now practicing for. So let's look at Kushang. You can see a very smooth movement. His lines have become a lot cleaner. He's moving from the center of the gate to the other. That's always a good sign. But again, that little bit of a lack of attention can also take you into a lot of crashes, and that can have a very kind of a tumbling effect on your overall performance. So that's what Kushang is going through right now. Hope Pegasus is able to overcome that kind of a mental block, but it doesn't look like Pegasus is having any issue right now. He's just trying to make sure that he's in complete control of his squad. He kind of hesitated there. You can see a little bit, went back and then came back to complete that part of the track. So that's something that he needs to be really aware of, Pegasus. And complete control is the first function of any good pilot. And Kushang right now and Pegasus. Let's record it for Kushang and let's record it for Pegasus. So it's 3 minutes and 57 seconds followed by 939 milliseconds for Kushang, and we'll record it for Pegasus officially as 4 minutes 09 seconds and 964 milliseconds. So there you go. That is the timing so far. So far, Hornet's 2:15.913 that he had set on round number 2 is the best run, and that's what Napster has to beat if he has to qualify into the semis. So round number 4 and 5, pilots, get ready because it's coming right in front of you at the count of less than 5. This time, let's start in kind of different kind of an FPV view out here. We are going with Napster right now. And let's see how he performs. He has to give it his absolute best and get closer and closer to that 2 minutes and 15 seconds. So he'll be looking to take complete advantage of this first lap that he tries to get from the podium right away. Very good lines right now, but Hornet is edging a little bit ahead of him. Hornet wants to make sure that he doesn't just give away the timing to Napster like that, because he wants to, even though he has the best timing right now, look at that, and Napster can really come back flowing in, and Napster jumping into position number 1. What an interesting competition going on. He has regained the lead right now. So it's a very close game between these two pilots. Putting Hornet in the dust. Hornet is a pilot who will manage to come back He's a very good fighter out there. So Napster will have to give it his complete focus. They are about 2 gates away. You can see Hornet is just behind. Look at that. You can see that blue quad, and he has overtaken that blue quad, which was of Napster. Hornet completely overtaking that. Napster left in that dust, falling behind by that milliseconds. And that means that Hornet will get a chance probably to set himself another best timing for the leaderboard. Let's see if he can now beat his own timing of 2 minutes and 15 seconds. That's what he'll be looking to do, as opposed to Napster, who is really now about 10 gates away. But now Napster has to really take his full force if in this last and final lap for the round number 4, if he has to really come back in. Look at that. He is doing his best, giving it his best shot, and trying to make sure that he does not commit any errors as far as possible. So you can see some of the other quads also out there. I think it was Pegasus in that magenta. He overtook it by a good lap or so. We are tuning into Napster right now, and right now it's Kushang. He's also about a lap behind Napster FPV IDRL. Recharging quickly, Hornet completing in the nick of time. So that means that it's all left to the last round for Napster, and a very, very well fought competition out here that's really going on. 2 minutes and 22 seconds that are recorded for Hornet FPV. And then let's see what is going to happen for the next rounds. But Napster was recorded at 2 minutes and 24 seconds and 445 milliseconds. And Kushang and Pegasus, we are going to wait for once again. And let's see how they are going to perform. Kushang Solanki, as I said, beginner pilot, qualified into the pro track. And it's been really a very good experience for him. Just being with the pro pilots and seeing how they perform is an excellent learning experience. And these beginner pilots have got them really covered up with their career level of IDRL really set to pro right now. So Pegasus FPV, let's see where he is. Kushang is about to complete his gates, and 3 minutes 33 is recorded for Kushang. Let's put that on the score chart for him. It's probably one of his better timings. Yes, it's its best timing so far, and that should give him even more confidence. So Pegasus, one more last part of the track. Let's see if he can better his timing out here. Oh, wow. And he has done equally well, under 4 minutes now. That's beautifully done by Pegasus. It was over 4 minutes for the last rounds out there. So it's rounds 4 that are completed. Only one last round remains. It's coming down to the competition between Napster and Hornet. We'll be covering that really closely. So pilots, please, we'll give you sort of a 15-second break. This is going to be a very, very important round, the last and the final round. And from this, one pilot is going to qualify into the semis. So your last and final chance to get into the semis. Let's come back now into the arena. Let's get going now at the count of less than 5. There you go. Let's see whom we can tune into. Napster has gotten right off the podium out there. That's where he's really good at overtaking Hornet. And Hornet just tries to ease out a little bit at the start and later plans his strategy to come back from behind. Look at that. Hornet it is. And Hornet's red quad is right ahead of Napster out there. So they are exactly at the same gate. If we look at it from wow, what a competition this is turning out to be. None of them is going to give away the timing to each other, and both of them are going to really fire it up on this last and final round. Really, it's all about keeping a close eye on your competitor and pouncing on at the right time. Napster will be looking to find such an edge because Hornet is really edging away just a little bit out here, and Napster wants to make sure that he's well in his sight. So let's see if we can spot. Oh my god. And Napster sort of gave away some of the room to Hornet, but they are still at probably more than less than 3 feet of distance from each other out here. It's getting a little wider now with one gate away, but Napster can still come back from behind if he goes to the full force on the lap number 3. And Napster right now he's having a little bit of an issue out there. That will definitely not help him. Hornet having an exponential lead right now for the last and final track, and that'll really probably seal it unless Napster is going to do something magical out here to come back from behind and clinch the win. But for now, it's Hornet, because Hornet is well ahead of even one lap ahead of Pegasus at the moment, and one spot that he has probably secured into the semis. It's nearly a done deal that Hornet is probably the one who is going to qualify into the semifinals from the B main rounds. And it's almost done unless Hornet crashes, but Hornet it is, and Hornet is the one. He has probably also set his best timing. Yes, it is also his best timing. So just for the record, we will be taking his best timing out here. He set his personal best timing to clinch the win and enter the semifinals. A big congratulations to Hornet FPV. And nevertheless, Napster FPV, a big congratulations to you as well, because you really fought hard, especially in that last round, and just the luck not going your way today. But it was very, very well fought between you and Hornet. So, and Kushang and Pegasus, I don't think we need to wait for them. So we will officially declare that Hornet FPV is the person who's going to join the semifinalists. So we'll be announcing the 9 semifinalists once we start the race for the semifinals. Let's check the schedule quickly out here that we have for IDRL. I believe the race from semifinals starts at 10 p.m. But let me quickly check it for all of you guys and give you a quick confirmation out there. So let's see the confirmation. It's going to be 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. B mains 9 and 9:45. Okay, so now it's break time right up till 9:45 p.m. So we'll be seeing all the semifinalists at 9:45 p.m. on the IDRL pilot briefing channel on Discord. Till that time, please make sure that you practice a lot on the pro track and also complete your dinner, because from 10 p.m. onwards, it's going to get really exciting. You're going to have very, very fast commentary, lots of excitement. So folks, we'll be tuning in right back into your Facebook page on Techkriti with another video for the semifinals and the finals, and also on across our IDRL YouTube page. So do subscribe to that as well, so that you can see whichever stream works for you the best. So for now, it's all out for the B main rounds. We'll be seeing you at 10 p.m. The spectators, thank you so much for joining us at the moment. All right. Thank you for the evening for now. See you.